This gentleman standing right there gives new word meaning to the word class. And one of my favorite sayings in coaching, and I said this in front of the whole student body one time, the principal didn't fire me, so I'm going to say it right now. I think one of the true examples of an individual is the fact that a person tries to never take the CL out of class. This gentleman back here is the meaning of the word class. I have to tell one story before I get serious. The good friend of this organization, past president Billy Hendricks, and Alvin and myself were good friends. Of course, we all know that Billy's in heaven now looking down on this, and he's smiling because he knows I'm going to tell this story. We needed one girls team in our Christmas tournament, girls and a boys team in Henry County, so Alvin tells me he doesn't have a Christmas tournament. So I check around and find out how good they are, and they're pretty good, so I get smart and I say, well, I put Alvin's Northeast Macon over here, I put Henry County over here, and we ain't gonna get to the finals because we're not any good. Well, the good Lord shined down on me for doing the right thing and inviting them, giving them a place to go. We end up playing for the championship. Now, I know we're gonna get killed. So all during the tournament, I've been telling everybody that Coach Copeland's a friend of mine, good guy, all this kind of stuff, one of the best coaches in the nation. Well, Billy, who at that time was not feeling well, so he and Barbara, they leave. On the way out the door, my friend Billy stops to Alvin and says, Chuck said he's gonna kick your butt tonight. And he goes home. Well, we get beat 40. After the game, all my fans are saying, I thought you said that guy was a good friend. I said, he is. He could have beat us 100. That's why he's a good friend. Well, the next day, Billy gets up. He reads the paper. He sees the score. So he calls me. Chuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not mean for that to happen. All this. I said, Billy, what are you talking about? He said, well, on the way out the door, I told Alvin you said you were going to kick his butt. And I slammed the phone down, acting like I was mad. And Billy got back on that phone, Barbara said, and just called me back, Chuck. I said, Billy, it's like I told our fans. I'm not mad because he is a friend. He could have beat us 100, and they were that well coached. Coach, I have the privilege of introducing Coach Alvin Copeland, inducting him into the Hall of Fame. And all of you know that the Hall of Fame is the best, most prestigious honor that a high school coach in Georgia can get. You can get national honors, but getting this award is the highlight of anyone's career. Coach Copeland was born in Valdosta, Georgia. He attended Mount Zion and Webb Miller high schools. High school, he played football, basketball, and ran track. He earned his BS degree at Fort Valley State University and his MA at New York University. In college, he played football and ran track. Sometimes you don't like people telling you that you were in second place. There was a big story in Sports Illustrated after this happened. Coach Copeland ran against Bob Hayes. How many of y'all know who Bob Hayes was? He was the fastest man in the world. He ran a 9.1, Alvin ran a 9.4. Alvin was the second fastest man in the world at a time, and that's the only time that he's ever probably come in second that you want to brag about. In college, I said he played football, and Bob Hayes. All right, he began his coaching career in 1964 at Hubbard High School in Forsyth. He coached football, basketball, and track. 1967, he taught PE and coached basketball, football, and track at Appleton Junior High School in Macon. From 1970 to 2001 at Northeast High School in Macon, Georgia, he was department chairperson, AD, head cross country, girls basketball, and track coach. If you've ever been, there's a lot of towns, and this is no offense to these towns, that call themselves Wintersville, Winterstown, all this stuff. If you go to Northeast Macon High School and you pull in the parking lot, there is a humongous sign out there with all of the championships that Northeast Macon has won because of that man right there. I mean, it is totally, when we got in the region with them and we went there and I said, what have we gotten into? I mean, it's just unbelievable. He has received over 300 different awards on the national and state level and plaques. We could be here all day reading the individual awards, but Coach Copeland, I just found this last night, he's a shy, and you can tell by the way he's standing back there, he is a shy, modest individual. If you were in a coach's room, you wouldn't even know he was a coach. He'd won a game because he just doesn't brag. He won a national award, and I'm not sure which one it was, but he won a national award. He got one of his sons up and said, come on, we're going on a trip. He didn't tell anybody at Northeast Macon. He went and got a national award and come back, and nobody knew about it. For this award, he didn't tell anybody he got it. We just, if it hadn't been for Teresa, I don't know if anybody in Macon would have known outside of him and his son that he got it, because that's the kind of class that this man's got. He's always trying to put the honor, the glory, etc., and so forth on other people instead of himself. He has been inducted into the Hall of Fames at the Georgia Athletic Directors the Georgia Athletic Directors Association, Fort Valley State University, Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, the City of Macon, and if there was a Hall of Fame for being a great human being, he would be in that Hall of Fame also. He is he is the proud father of two sons, Michael and Eric. Many of us have been to retirement celebrations. Most of the time, like mine, they gave me one to get me out. They were glad they were getting me out. When Alvin asked me to speak at his, it was truly, you know, we all come from towns and we come from cities. When you come from a city the size of Macon, and the whole city celebrates you, your life, and your career, that's something special. They got 7 or 8 different high schools down there. And it was a true celebration to hear those kids, former players, all the way back to Hubbard, to get up there and to tell what Alvin had meant to their lives was just, it was just unbelievable for that. And that's the kind of respect that he's got in the city of Macon and in the state of Georgia. I'm going to now, in his coaching, well, it'll say it on his career, but it doesn't say this. In coaching the sports that he coached, he won 11 state championships, had 4 runner-ups, and 51 region championships. I mean, that's pretty awesome there. And if you will, look in your program and you can read along with me. We are inducting Coach Alvin J. Copeland to the Georgia Athletic Coaches Hall of Fame on June the 2nd, 2012. Coach Copeland was a head girls basketball coach for 39 years, head girls track coach for 31 years, head boys track coach for 10 years, all at Northeast High School in Macon, Georgia. Coach Copeland's record in girls basketball was 862 wins and 216 losses. And to really get a fitting end to his career, he took his team to the Final Four the year he retired. His girls basketball team won 5 state championships, 2 state runner-up titles, and 16 region championships. His boys track teams won 2 state championships, 1 state runner-up title, and 8 region championships. His girls track team won 6 state championships, 1 state runner-up title, and 27 region championships. Coach Copeland also served as a board member of the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association, as well as being a member of the original Hall of Fame committee. Coach Copeland was an assistant and head coach in the GACA North-South All-Star basketball games. In his 47 years as a coach, he has received numerous state and national Coach of the Year awards in basketball and track. Coach Copeland is also a member of both the Fort Valley and State University and SIAC Hall of Fame and the other ones that I mentioned. His success, longevity, and longtime contributions to the student athletes in the city of Macon are truly outstanding. Would you please stand and welcome Coach Alvin Copeland into the Hall of Fame.